even know what to say, man. All I can say is, with great power comes great responsibility. That's all I can say. With great power comes great responsibility. The Philadelphia Eagles took care of business in Brazil. What was it, 34-29. They go out there and they beat the Green Bay Packers. And what was honestly a bit of a sloppy game from both sides. The field conditions were sloppy. Neither team played a lot in preseason. So, it's a couple of things that I'll be able to excuse. I'll be able to excuse a few things. I'll be able to excuse the Cam Jurgens bad snap. I'm not going to be able to excuse any of Jalen Hurts' poor decisions on both of the interceptions that he threw. I can't excuse that. And I really can't. Well, the only thing I can excuse is Cam Jurgens, and some of the penalties, because this is why I was one of the major voices saying that the Philadelphia Eagles should have played in the preseason. Because of stuff like this, man, you got to be able to work out some of these kinks. I knew the Eagles was going to start slow. I've been saying that for a long time. Don't be surprised if the Philadelphia Eagles start slow. But I didn't expect an interception, then a botched fumble. I didn't expect that. You know what I mean? But, I don't want to be too negative about this game. I think the offense played really, really good in spots. So you can kind of see the greatness that this offense has. And honestly, you could kind of see that this defense can be somewhat elite. This defense can be somewhat elite. I see this defense looking, the attitude of the defense is completely different. The attitude of the defense is completely different. And if you want to be honest, the defense is a major reason why the Philadelphia Eagles won this game today. Yeah, they gave up 29 points, but Vic Fangio got to be thrilled with how his unit played for real, for real. He got to be thrilled with how his unit played for real, for real. Let's think about this, man. These guys were in the red zone 4 times and had to kick a field goal. You know what I mean? They had to kick a field goal. I think they attempted 4 field goals because we stopped them in the red zone. And they missed one of the field goals. So, this defensive unit really, really came to play. This defensive unit held it down while the offense had to get settled because this offensive line, Saquon Barkley, none of the receivers, none of those guys played. And for an offense that didn't play in the preseason, getting a new offensive coordinator, A.J. Brown had 100 yards and a touchdown. Smitty had 80-plus yards. Saquon Barkley had 3 touchdowns and 100 rushing yards. Jalen Hurts threw for 280-something yards, I believe. That's not bad. Even with a new offensive coordinator and new plays that you got to, memorize. Jalen Hurts, he made 2 bad decisions with the interceptions. We're going to say that is what it is. I thought Kellen Moore's play calling got a little cute when we could have really, iced that game. The game didn't have to be that difficult for real, for real. I don't think this was the statement win that I wanted. But I could see where it could have happened. If the field conditions was better, I think Saquon would have destroyed these guys, even more so than what he did. I think the passing game would have been even better than what it was if the field conditions was better. You got to remember, this is a good Packers team. You know what I mean? And if Jordan Love is healthy, these guys is going to be okay. These dudes going to be okay. You know what I'm saying? But Saquon getting a hat trick in his debut. And yeah, go ahead. Make sure you go and get that Saquon shirt. Make sure you go get that Quan. You know what I'm saying? Go get that Dead to Me shirt, because a lot of people were saying that the burst wasn't there no more. I seen the burst multiple plays from Saquon Barkley. Smitty is elite. A.J. Brown is elite. Dallas Goedert is one of the best tight ends in the game. This is still one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League. We know what we have on the offensive side of the ball. And the defense has shown tonight that they have a different attitude, they have a different mindset, and Zach Baun is the best linebacker in the room. A lot of people wouldn't have thought that. I didn't think that. But Zach Baun had 11 tackles and 2 sacks. When the last time we had a linebacker with that stat line? 11 tackles and 2 sacks. Slay out there hitting people, forcing fumbles. The defense got a different attitude. We was gang tackling. We came out ferocious. You know what I mean? Josh Jacobs did start to get loose a little bit. They did start to find, little creases. But in the first half of that game, if the offense is ready to play and ready to go, you know what I mean? I think cleats got switched in the second half, and I think the offense started to open up or whatever the case may be. But you can't be mad. You can't be mad. Listen, the objective of week 1 is to go out there and win. You can figure everything else out. You're good enough to win. We were good enough to beat the Green Bay Packers, who everybody is predicting to go to the Super Bowl. It might not have been in the most impressive fashion, but you know what I mean? We scored 34 points. We still scored 34 points. We scored 34 points, and we might have left something on the table. So, I can't be mad. Yeah, we could say Kellen Moore got a little cute. Kellen Moore did put the game in jeopardy. That the game was put in jeopardy. Half of it was Kellen Moore, half of it was Jalen Hurts. But at the end of the day, the Philadelphia Eagles got the win. They got the win. You know what I mean? They got the win. And it wasn't like one of those scratching and surviving type of wins. We had to literally dig ourselves out of a hole, but we didn't put ourselves in that big of a hole because of the defense. It could have been 14-0, but they got 2 field goals out of that. You know what I'm saying? And the defense stopped them on a 2-point conversion. So I'm super grateful for the defense, how the defense played. I'm actually grateful for how the offense played as well. The offense looked like what we know it could look like in spots. They got to work out the rust. They got to work out the rest. We all going to woosah. We all going to breathe. And we going to enjoy this 9-hour flight back and get to the drawing board for the home opener because I expect things to look a little more polished moving forward. So, yeah, man, get y'all some rest. It was a hell of a game. If you're in Brazil, be safe, things of that nature. You know what I mean? And we want to know. We waiting on everybody else.